Mic test, yes, that works. Okay. Let's see. Hello guys, this is a bit impromptu, very much impromptu. Didn't plan on doing this, but it's late at night, I'm stressed, I need something to do, and I think while I'm busy doing this, even though very few people will actually see this video, I'm going to take this opportunity to A, start installing some games on this wonderful system that we built a few days ago, and B, I need a bit of a rant or a vent and discuss life stories. I thought I'll take the opportunity to just sit down and clear my head. I know a lot of people don't watch these streams, and so this probably isn't going to get picked up by anyone. So it's a perfect opportunity to kind of talk to myself and you know, just do things. Oh, that's interesting. I'm missing a disc. Oh well, I think both of them are here. So version 2.1 of Tomb Raider. Let's start with Tomb Raider 1. So I bet a lot of you are probably going to ask, why am I installing games on this? Why am I live streaming this process? So I'm going to start a new series. In order to start that series, I kind of have to have a system filled with very specific games. I'm going to call it crap graphics cards, and we're going to live stream once a week with a new crap graphics card. And to start this, I need some benchmarks of a reasonably good graphics card. Not the best, but yeah, I think I'm going to start off with this Savage 4. Let's give you like a base, a sort of level. The Savage 4 wasn't a terrible card. Notice that I'm like completely dark there. I'm just going to quickly go here, configure video, take advanced. I'm going to increase the exposure. Let's push the exposure up to about there. That's better. So yeah, basically, oh, okay, I see that it says invalid there for the format. Anyway, exposure is too high. So basically, once a week, I'm going to take a graphics card, all of the ones that I know is absolutely terrible, and we're going to literally install it onto a system. And going to live stream it. Live stream the process, so to speak. So Tomb Raider 1, I think I had some patches there now. So patches. So you see, Tomb Raider 1 is a good one. It has a lot of options. So I'm just going to take this and copy it here. And I'll crack these later so we don't have to do like CDs and stuff. But yeah, so once a week, choose a graphics card. I think the first one is going to be the infamous SYS 6326, the card that I always sort of rant on and say how terrible it is. And I'm going to stick that in, and we're going to play it, and we're going to play some games, check some benchmarks. It's all going to be live, so there's no shenanigans. I can't do anything that I wouldn't have normally. And we're just going to play games, you know. The only thing I need to change here is I need to go here, here, advanced, adapter default, that's fine, but at 640 by 480, which I think is where the problem comes in. Yes, advanced. Adapter default. It is set to 60 Hz. I don't know why the DOS box doesn't render it properly. We'll check when we start the game, I guess. So we will see. We're just going to see what the pitfalls was of those old graphics cards and how they work and everything like that. Should be fun. S3 Verge not detected. Huh. Okay. So that begs the question, which one can we actually use? Power VR definitely won't. Matrox might work. Rendition might work. Tomb Raider. Oh, it's going to set up and see if there's not like an OpenGL generic one that we can choose. Just sound cards and stuff. And I see that that works now. You guys can see the installer. It's going to be difficult to crack. So we might have to do Tomb Raider 2 instead. Because it specifically looks for S3 Verge. No idea why. What are you doing? Oh, performed a legal operation. Ugh. Okay, let's try Tomb Raider 2. Probably because it's in a silly DOS box. But yeah, it's going to be live, uncut, unfiltered. You're just going to see me installing random stuff. By the way, to everyone watching, as always, the chat box is live. Let's double check. Hi, here we go. I see Big G did leave some messages. Sorry, I didn't see those. Hi there, Big G. You know what they say about talking to yourself, lol. Yeah, I guess I can probably call myself a professional for being able to talk to myself, you know. Professional self-talker. That sort of thing. But that's fun. I like streaming sessions and stuff. I like faffing about with old computers. And you need to get like WinRAR installed on here as well. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, the last month has been literally stressful at work. To sum it up, without going into detail, because I can't go into detail, sorry guys. I'm not allowed to, and just can't. You can't really talk in depth about a company while you still work there. But with the current international trend, and because let's face it, South Africa isn't the only place that's got problems and that's suffering from funding problems. A lot of international companies are pulling funding out of South Africa. They're doing this at an alarming rate. And we definitely weren't the hardest hit by this just right away, but it's taking its time now. Well, it's taking its toll at us, and we are facing some severe budget cuts. And there's a possibility that I might not have a job in 3 months. Again, how many times have I come to you guys and I've spoken about jobs and not having a job in a little while? I guess it's like a yearly occurrence on my channel, is losing my job. So it's taken some time, and I've come to the conclusion that the only way that I'm going to be able to fix this permanently, is if I start working for myself. Ooh, that froze. Okay, FMVs don't work. I'll fix the FMVs, that's not an issue. But anyway, is if I physically go and I start working for myself, then I don't have to rely on the system. I don't have to rely on the fact that I've got a job and it can disappear at any moment. I can't remember any of the keys. Okay, let's walk. There's jump. Yeah, so I'm going to, if this does happen, I'm going to take a deep look at myself, and most likely I'm going to end up coming to a conclusion that I need to start working for myself. And there's been a few ideas that I've thrown around, and I'm skilled in IT, and certainly the easiest way to do things would be just to make sure that I go and start a little IT related company where I go out and I fix people's computers and do all of that sort of stuff, which is a lot of fun. But it's not going to subsidize my income enough to just do that, especially in the beginning. I just don't have enough money to float myself for 3 or 4 months while that sort of thing happens. And I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose this house and the internet connection, all of that, and I'm going to have to go somewhere else and stay with my parents, for instance, or get a smaller place that doesn't cost as much. And during this time, I could then start setting up IT consulting or whatever I might want to do there. I'm also going to look at getting stuff in like a 3D printer to start making stuff that I could sell at markets and things. Sublimation printer so that I can do t-shirts, mugs, that sort of stuff at markets. I'm not a big enough person to do like merch, so I'll probably have some stuff available for merch, but that's not going to sell because I'm not a big YouTuber. But I will do like novelty shirts, some cool designs and that sort of stuff, because there's a few that I've worked on and I think would make a cool design. And that should subsidize my income just long enough so that I can get the IT consulting thing going. Do the sale of that sort of stuff on weekends at like flea markets and stuff, and yeah, that's what I got so far. That's not much because there's not going to be a lot of money if I do have to leave my job. So yeah. But then again, look, it's not a sure thing. It's not 110% chance that I'm going to lose my job anytime soon. Within 3 months, it's not a fact. There's a high likelihood that it might happen, and that's all it is just that. It's a high likelihood that I might lose my job, which sucks. That's kind of life. I mean, you go one place and you work a little bit and then you go to the next one, and eventually you start to hit that threshold, which I think is like 35 to 40, where a company hires you and expects you to be there permanently, and you start getting that forever job, whatever that means, where you can work there and you can retire there, which I hope I'll eventually get. So I'm just hoping that things work out, you know. I thought I might as well install some games and do like a little catch up and a little live stream where I talk about stuff and talk about people. I see we've got a message there. Hi Gerard, Gerard Prince, welcome. Sorry, I have to like sort of look at the screen to look at messages there, so it just extracts like an executable, but it is an update. So let's see if we can update this. And it's fun doing the live stream, so it gives me a time to like clear my head and not think about stuff. Not think about the inevitable. And I thought it's a great time to like get this done, install some games, so that when we do the sort of testing, we're going to have a system that we can play on. Why did I do that? No idea. Exit. Yeah, it might not be the most exciting thing ever, but press Control C itself. Okay, that's one of those that forces you to. Okay, so that's the update installed. Let's see if the FMVs work now. That'll be interesting. No, FMVs still don't play back. That could be a driver, could be codec. Which I don't care about much because we're not going to do the whole FMV thing anyway in the game. But yeah, I thought, well, two birds, one stone sort of thing. And then I'll get these things patched up for when we do that live stream. And I'm going to play some games as well tonight, you know. It's only like 9:15 South African time. I only go to bed at about 10. Croc 2. This was a fun game. And what's nice is this supports like weird graphics cards. You'll see now when I install it, it's like really weird. I think Croc 1 was also the one of the like insanely weird ones. So yeah, guys, feel free to use the chat function if you guys want to chat. I'll answer any questions. Think of this as a ask me anything. DirectX 7. Okay. I don't think this graphics card supports DirectX 7. Yeah, it's Croc 1 with this strange launcher. No, that is 3D accelerated. But it's just plain DirectX, which I don't actually want to do. General options. Feathering, color lighting, texture options. Because what's interesting with all those crap graphics cards is some of them only work with DirectX, some of them only work with OpenGL, some of them only work with their own API. It's weirder stuff, so it'll be fun to play those and to see what happens when we play them. Save slot. I don't have an original copy of Croc 1, I think. I'll find a copy that I can use. Got one somewhere. Yeah, that's quality. Yeah, that works well. It's interesting that the texture quality isn't this as great as I expected it to be for an S3 card. It has issues. Yeah, it's jump. Yeah, it actually comes out fine on the capture card. So yeah, I thought this is going to be a little bit interesting. Spend about an hour, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. I see you can actually make the whole card like jump. Whee. Fun little game this. Oh, you can change the control method in the options screen. Okay, that's cool. Just want to double check if we're not missing something, because I could have sworn that it had this little startup thing that you can edit. Nope. So you see, like for instance here, display problems. Okay, so seen on River Team, River 128, Hercules Blaster, Trident. Yeah, your video government polygon, so it has a problem with distance. River 128, that's another one. S3 Verge, switch on transparency fix. Now, this is actually 3D decelerated, it's slower than software. Doors fade out properly, there we go. Oh, the support of the Voodoo Free. Ah, here we go. Seen on S3 based video cards including the Savage. We have not been able to solve this problem, but check your drivers for updates from S3 which may fix your problem. So there's a line running across the top of the cutscenes. We didn't have that, so I guess the drivers fixed that. Any patches on the disk that we can apply? And nothing new in the chat. See what the logo looks like. If I even have the correct, yeah, I've got the correct codec installed. Oh, this is classic stuff. Anyway, that works. That's going to be a nice one to do demos and tests on. So this is a nice DirectX 7 requiring game. The earlier one would be far more interesting, which I think I might just grab my backup copy of that. Big G says I had a number of cards back in the day, and each had their own quirks, but it took a lot of trial and error to get them working well with some games. Yeah, that's the whole point of this, is I'm literally going to grab those ones that's like very dodgy, that I know will have issues with games. I'm just going to see which games you can get working, what the quirks are, how good is the card, how fast is it, what was the alternatives at the time. Just like a fun little thing. And that's going to be once a week. I haven't decided what day yet that should be. And I think... Oh, this is on DVD. It ain't going to work in there anyway. So I'm going to skip that. So, yeah, that's going to be like a once a week thing. There's the question. Do I actually have my... So Quake 3 I've got on Steam, but I don't have it on... Same as Croc. I've got the game on Steam, but I don't have it on original disc. So I think the Quake 3 was one of those. So let's check here. Silent Hill. Quake 3 I do have on CDR, so let me just grab the CDR. Copy the files off. And then you have to like kind of go into config.sys and change things. But yeah, that's going to be the gist of the series at the end of the day. It's just literally go in and try some stuff. Well, CD-ROM doesn't like that disk. Could be that disk is like 20 years old. Move to the next one. Yeah, doesn't have a scratch on it. But I don't know the whole day to like mess about with that. And besides, we want to have an exciting stream. Not just me randomly installing stuff and looking at discs that I don't read. So So this is another blast from the past. This is Delta Force 2. This is actually like the budget version, I think, because looking at the CD, it's like a white CD. So this is one of the only games I've got that needs DirectX 6 as a minimum. So let's see, 3D Direct, 3D compatible Direct, 3D yada yada. DirectX 6.0 required for Direct 3D support. So DX6, that's ancient. But man, this game was difficult. It's a product key. Do I even have a product key? I don't have one. Original disc, no product key. To install this game CD into there. Okay, load Windows after game installation. Yes, here's the install instructions. Like, I'm not joking. This is like a legit original disc, and I don't have the product key for this. I'll have to make a plan with that, and I can't do that on camera. If you're not going to check the disk now, exit setup, explore CD. There's not like a serial.txt. No, not that lucky. Ooh, it's demo. What's this? Tachyon. Never heard of it. Well, let's install this as a consolation prize. 100% original. Don't have the serial. Cheers, Big G. We'll chat again soon. Tachyon. The Fringe. Oh my. No, it's also DirectX 6. That's perfect. That's what I need. It's DirectX 6 games. Video setup. Hardware enable, of course. Direct 3D or 3D FX. That's cool. 1024. It's only DirectX 6, so it should even on a scrappy card do 1024. Or will it? Yes. Ooh. No. Half of that is messed up. Oh. Close. Okay, let's just drop the resolution here. Video setup. 800 by 600. Let's see. There we go. That'll do it. So anyone played this game before? Looks like an interesting game. I'm just gonna check the audio quickly. Wait, I need to.
Enemy technologies.
Oh, you guys didn't have audio. There we go. Ooh, sorry about that. Mouse driven. Ooh, so you have like ships. I'm just gonna choose the first one, launch. Yeah, fairly low frame rates on the Savage. Oh, so it's like a Wing Commander. But it runs well. Looks like a fun game. Looks like a fun game. Could be fun. Who knows? And Virtual Cop. I don't know if this actually has video graphics acceleration at all. I'm hoping it does. Minimum is fairly... Okay, here's the recommended. So desktop PC, Windows 95, 98, Intel Pentium 153 MHz processor, 32 MB memory, 40 MB hard drive space, 640 by 480 resolution, 4 times CD-ROM drive. You know, it doesn't say if it supports 3D acceleration. I'm hoping that somehow it does. Oh, so there's no copy protection either. Oh, it's DOS based. Hello. I'm just going to double click and see what it does. I think this is only... No, it's Windows based. Alt D is device. Oh, here we go, Direct 3D. Let's see if that actually works. Yeah, Alt device. Settings, display settings. Why would you need skip frames? Okay. 640 by 480 is the highest resolution. Bilinear alpha blending. 32-bit color support, seeing as my card supports that. Mode setting. Difficulty normal hard. Okay, you can set like controller based things. Okay, so this is all going to be mouse based.
Don't shoot! Somebody help me! Somebody help me!
I don't know what reload is. I think right click is reload. Let's see. Yeah, right click reloads.
Don't shoot! Somebody help me!
I've actually got a feeling that this is running too fast. Still cool though. Okay, Alt file. No, Alt game. Oh, multiplayer mode is F9. Okay, that works. But And this won't need a disk, I think. Let's check. No, no disk needed. Good old Sega. GOG back in the day. Who needs disks? Just install it and play it. So let's see, what else can I install on the system? So we have to bear in mind the age of the system, which isn't much. House of the Dead, yes. Might as well see as we have the other one.
Somebody help me!
Yeah, that is accelerated, so this will be DirectX 6 most likely. Come on, I hate these CD cases that it's almost impossible to get the discount of. So there's a little bit of a mark there. Okay, it's gone. But it's the exact same system specifications listed at the back, so probably the same engine. No, this is different. This will probably need a disc to play though. Oh, my icon didn't clear. DirectX 9. Huh. I've got a feeling this won't play. No, wait, preparing to install. Okay. Much later installer. And user and agreement. Why did I... No, I don't want to install Adobe Reader. No, definitely not DirectX 9 on this whole thing. Back says Windows 95, yet this compatible with 95 or 98, but DirectX 9 isn't compatible with Windows 95. DirectX 8, 8.1 is the last thing for Windows 95. So it's weird, really weird. By the way guys, any of you watching from Twitch, let me know, because I'm simul streaming it there. And it would be interesting to know. While that's busy, I need to disappear for a second. Just went to go fetch the bike. Streaming for 59 minutes. Oh, and we have a few people watching. Guys, thank you for sitting through. This isn't going to be the most exciting thing ever, but hey, it's at least we're doing something. For those playing along at home, a webcam I'm using is from literally 2006. That's when I purchased this webcam. It was basically just when I moved out after matric. And with my first job, I got some money and I needed a webcam at home to do like chatty stuff. I think Skype was still like a glimmer in someone's eye back then, but I needed it to do some stuff, and I purchased this USB webcam. Massive resolution, 320 by 240. Quality stuff. I am working on getting a better mic and audio setup, so hopefully that will come soon. And that should resolve the bad audio quality. Then you guys don't have to rely on that little webcam mic anymore. For those just tuning in, the chat is active. So if you guys have any questions, you can treat this as a Q&A. Just post whatever you want on there and I'll answer the questions. Just bear in mind that the chat window is on a different screen. I have to like bend my head and have a look. And it's quite far away, so I'm going to read quite slow. So there will be some interaction tonight. I'm probably not going to stream much longer, probably another 20 minutes to 45 minutes, and I'm going to call it quits. Hopefully I'm going to only install another 1 or 2 games, and then we're going to play some stuff. You know what, I'm just going to install one more game. I want to get Unreal on here. I've got this weird version of Unreal and I wanted to see if it works on here. That was bundled with a Voodoo 1 from Diamond. But it should have all of the patches and stuff, so... So that should be fun. Oh, I've dropped, two users dropped 4 that this is too boring to watch. Okay, so let's see what this is. It doesn't look like it has any CD checks. Manual is in PDF. Oh, this one at least has a game launcher. So 3D or 2D. Full screen window, gun sight on, of course. Game start. Let's see if this works. Decompressing textures. You know you've got a good game if it has to decompress the textures. Say ya! House of the Dead. Oh, PC mode, of course. Rogan, Rogan 2, G2, Sophie, Researcher. I'm going to go here and choose. So reload times is high, bullet damage is low, and hit size is low. Why would you choose that deliberately? Bullet damage high, hit size medium. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Researcher. Because why not? That's smooth. Oh, why do we have the green blood? Can we change that? Does this have... No, it doesn't have alt options. Reload, is it the same? Yeah, reload is right click. This is way too easy with the mouse. There you go. I guess PC mode probably has more enemies, because if I played this in arcade there wasn't that many that jumped out. Oh no, you stole my girlfriend, which I could have actually played as an option. So I wonder if I played with her, who would, uh, who would they like steal? By axe zombies. No, you don't throw the people. I hate these things. In the arcade, this has always been like there for me because the hitbox is so small for the little sucker things. Yeah, it seems to play well. By the way, once again, anyone watching from Twitch, please use the stream and just let me know. Because I don't know if that actually works, so... No, you don't kill the researcher. Ah, he's dead. Come on, you wouldn't die from that fall. I jumped off of the second story at school, you know, as a high school kid, and I was fine. Kids watching, don't do that. Don't like jump off your second story at school. Okay, the whole point is you don't block your knees if you jump that high. So you kind of... Come on. Oh, I had to like get the access panel. Still don't know why the blood's green by default. I think this game will be a nice benchmark because it's the same thing. It's the same sort of what do you call it, roller coaster ride that you go through the whole time. But that's the thing. This will do VSync frame limit. Seriously, you couldn't run away from that? Monkeys. Gotta shoot my monkey. Yeah, so this works well. Sophie, are you okay? Don't turn into a mean creature. Oh no, Sophie! He just like sort of pushed you away and you have to shoot the green. I have to use a continue. Oh no! It's your ultimate fall. The thing is, I have to shoot all the flesh from your body. How do you even move without muscles? How did why am I in two places at the same time? No life bonus. So that works well. That works really, really well. Let's check the sound. Yeah, there we go. Chew my face, please. Oh, I'm so getting a copyright strike for the music. I'm getting a copyright strike for that music. Oh, you can... Let's just see here in options. Oh, here we go. Blue, purple, yellow, red. Please wait, changing graphics. This may take a few minutes. Let's try arcade mode. Oh, that's very bright red. But yeah, that works. That works well. That's going to be a nice benchmark. What I don't like is, oh, there we go, there it exits. You can't exit it just by pressing the X on the screen. So let's test my theory. Disk is now ejected. Do you require the disk? I presume not. No, you don't. Let's see. Game start. If it does have one, it has that stupid CD check. There's a disk. So these explosive releases, with the explosive on the side, if you have a look at the back, it's distributed by New Metro. Let's see if I can. New Metro is a South African company. It's basically a cinema. So they release some games. Turkey Core released some games under their brand. I think I've got Legacy of Kain, Defiance, and possibly Soul Reaver 2 also on that. I want to get Soul Reaver 1, and I definitely want to get the first Legacy of Kain on there. So the last little thing I want to install on the system before we like call it a night and we'll play some games is just Unreal. So I've got this, okay, it's Blood 2. So this was distributed by Diamond, and this was the CD that they basically gave you with a Voodoo 2, I think it was, or even possibly a Voodoo 1 had this exact version. So it's a very early version of Unreal. I'll see now what version it installs. You can see there's no patches on the disk. Here's DirectX 5. See here, Unreal Special. So it does actually come with DirectX 5 pre-installed, pre-selected. So DX5, maybe this was also included with the Savage cards, the Savage 2 maybe. Diamond also distributed the River TNT 2 and River TNT 1 you can get from Diamond. Both of them was very good cards. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong on that. So let's see if this one works. Back down to 2 people viewing. Ah. 55 minutes live streaming. I've been doing like 3000 kilobits per second, which isn't bad. 0 dropped frames, it looks like. It's like the fiber internet is doing its thing that it's supposed to. God, it's going to be the worst thing is losing the internet connection, because I've gotten so accustomed to this. At home, I'm running a 40 megabit line. So it's 40 megabit down, 20 megabit up, but it acts more like a 50. So when I'm like downloading stuff, it'll often like hit 4.8 megabits per second. So there's very little overhead on the line. Partly due to the fact that in South Africa, so few people have fiber to the home. So you know what you're getting is like the full speed normally, which is good. I'll try Quake 2 after this again. And then I've got a very early version of Half-Life 2, but I'm not going to try it because the cards that we're going to stick in the system doesn't make sense. Probably grab the CDs and just go through and just see if there's anything else that we can like add that might be good. But definitely if I can get Croc 1 to work, that'll be nice. Croc 1 has all of those strange game compatibilities like ATI specific ones and things like that. That'll be nice to test with. No. Finish. So let's see what this version looks like, because it's going to be interesting what it supports. Unreal special version. See, this buy Unreal. Oh, so this is like a demo or beta. Do you have a 3DFX card? No. That's another card I want to get for this, is a 3DFX Rush. That's definitely a crap graphics card. Okay, so this is pure software. You can see how like sluggish that is. So Alt Enter. No, if you go into Options. Ah, so this is optimized just for the 3DFX cards. There's nowhere can I set my, here we go. View, advanced options, display. So now you have to go here to rendering. There we go. So this supports 3DFX Glide, Power VR, and software rendering. That's all it supports. Darn, that's weird. Huh. Okay, well, I've got the other version on DVD. I've got the Unreal Anthology DVD. It's there. The DVD is somewhere. But I'll just install this version. I think it's in one of the computers still. I hope it's not in the P4. Let's see what else we can install on the system before I call it a night. Let's try Quake 3 again. Because almost all of those crap graphics cards don't work on Quake 3. So 6326 definitely not. Microsoft Interactive Game Samples. Those might have a few nice ones. Silent Hill 2 I've got here, but that's not going to be the best thing. GTA Vice City Stories, that might be nice. Got that in original there anyway. Resident Evil 3, now there's a game that might be an interesting one. I can remember that they gave a lot of issues on board systems. Yeah, that disc definitely doesn't like the system. Let's try Resident Evil 3. And then I'll call it a night and stop the stream. So thank you for everyone watching. Yeah, Resident Evil is a DirectX 6.1 game. Okay. For installation, please. Now there's something that not a lot of people know existed. Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3 had PC versions. Hard as nails to find though. That's why I've only got Resident Evil 3. I had this weird thing with, because the backgrounds were like pre-rendered, it has this weird, you'll see when I try and play it, it's weird. It like the way it overlays, if you choose a higher resolution then stuff don't line up anymore. Luckily this card running from an SD card is extremely fast to install stuff. I say as it like slows down to a crawl. I put Deus Ex 1 as well, which might be a nice one. Thief 1 to 4. Thief I don't think will run nice on any of the cards that I've got. That just won't run. Heavy Metal Fuck, which is a fantastic game. We'll see now. This is 36%. Yay! There's a really big ROFS8 dot. Probably the FMBs. I've also got Morrowind, but I don't think that'll be a good benchmark though. It's just not going to be a great benchmark. Black and White 1 is another one that might be nice. But that's way too demanding for any of these cards. That game plays well with ATR Radeon 8500. No One Lives Forever 2, which also won't be too nice for this card. Really should track down No One Lives Forever 1. I've got the coveted Metal Gear Solid 2 for PC. Another one that people don't know existed on computer. But man, it was a nice game to play. Operation Flashpoint's another good benchmarking game for newer cars, as well as SWAT free. That's just the ones that I've got like here, that's in DVD cases. Like 200 CD based ones, it's just CD cases around the corner. Now there's some good ones in there. For tonight, Resident Evil, that's the last one. Oh, there's a hardware configuration option. Ah, missed it. So this is software. So I can press Alt Enter and I'll just get that. So let's just do that. Hardware configuration. So S3 Savage, and then S3 Savage with RGB emulation. So I presume that's going to be software. So this can go all the way up to 1024x768, full screen, 800x600. Let's take 16 colors. So you can see it applies like a filter over the 2D sections. I'm going to switch this over to my sound so that we don't get any copyright strikes. You should still be able to hear. Nemesis. This was the first Resident Evil game I actually played. So you see at the bottom there's some strangeties happening there with the line pattern. You remember what I said with changing the resolution on this, it scales a bit weird. So see there's more examples of the bad scaling. All of those are actually photos that they took and that writes into PlayStation 1's memory. And then you like overlay and lap it as well, pixels. And because we're not scaling it, there's a bug where it doesn't scale them properly.
It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
So dramatic. It's nice. I think the FMVs are actually higher res than what the PlayStation version was and the Dreamcast version. Huh? Did you just freeze? No, you're loading it. think that was 2 FMV clips, if I remember correctly. Zombies win. They've just got the numbers. And they finally taken over the Star's base. You're dead. So you see the lines across the screen, that's the problem with increasing the resolution on this game. So if you do it like 640 by 480, you don't get that problem. Why? Oh, it's special mode. So you get a better gun and get like a uniform. Which one's run? Okay, so that's option. So they basically took the controls and just mapped it. Yeah, so that works. I don't know what's quit though. Is this Alt F4? I want to see something here. So if I go here to hardware configuration, and I drop that down to 640 by 480. It should get rid of those line marks, or you actually have to go down to 320 by 240 sometimes too. Come on, can't skip that. Can't skip the FMVs. Just want to see if that fixes that line. No, it's still there. It still has lines.
An ordinary day.
So let's go down. Audio configuration. Check the readme while we're at it. Let's see if there's a way to fix that lines. Okay, quit on controls. 95 users, memory and performance. Preparing your hard drive. Crashes and lockups, we don't really have that. Game controller, autoplay issues. DirectX 6.1, DirectX version, run without graphic errors. Here we go. The blood looks blocky. Okay. Lines appear on screens at 640 by 480 or above. See, there we go. Series of lines, this can be fixed by selecting F5. Others, there's an option labeled texture correction. Oh, okay. Auto configuration. So let's go back to 800 by 600. Okay. Run Resident Evil 3. F5. That's better. Others. That's already enabled. What happens if I there's a skip. So I think J is skipped or something. Oh, there we go. There we go. No more lines. So I think that's the filter that they used. There's run. Which one here is climb? Map. I don't see which one here is climb, but we can figure that out. I have to rebind the keys though. Our escape does something as well, so if that I enter is climb. Run, Forest! Classic loading screens.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, it's still alive. Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter right there. How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry. sorry about your daughter, but there isn't going to be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather stand a death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters. Now leave me alone.
So now you have to figure out how to get him out. Anyway. F1 is the information, so you can see there is an Evil 3 copyright 1999 and 2000, so not bad. F2 gives you that options list again, audio. You can select the different audio drivers. Keyboard, control, so there's your controls. Escape and V. Draw, X, change. Select actions, enter or C. But I tried C and it did nothing. F4 brings that up. 5 that. Nine. Ooh, window mode. That's broken. There we go. That quits. F9. Because that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Right, so I think that's all for today's stream. I'll probably load on some more games off camera tomorrow to get ready for this weekend. Cheerio, guys.